Alright gang, welcome to the 2024 Game Room Tour. This will likely be a little bit shorter than the last Game Room Tour I did. I've mentioned it before, I'm in a little bit of a smaller room. Mostly the same size, but a little less room to work with, and I've got a lot of things, just knickknacks, just laying all over the place, unfortunately, because I don't have anywhere to put them right now. This house that we moved into is about 6-7 months ago now. We're still not done putting everything up. I know that sounds like a long time, and I should be, but just not. Just been very, very busy working. Vacations, everything else that was already pre-planned, right? So, just a lot going on. We'll go through it and do the best we can here, but I just wanted to make sure I had that caveat before we get started here, that you're going to see probably less than what you normally would see in my game room tours, I guess. So we'll start up here. Original Xbox games. Again, I've talked about it in the last year. I'm trying to buff it up a little bit. I've gained a few other games. As you can see, I'm kind of running out of room back there. Simpsons Hit and Run, finally got that. Got the Doom Metal Collector's Edition there as well. And I think there's one or two other games in there that are new, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same as it was last time. I just really didn't get to everything I wanted to get to. That's that. There's my my green Halo Special Edition original Xbox. I love that thing. I will never get rid of it. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. 360 games. Like I said, there's going to be knickknacks. You can see the little Hot Wheels Viper thing there. I own a small shop at an antique place, and I don't have a lot of room in there right now, so a lot of this stuff's going in there, but it's here for now, so, because of the move, right? We talked about that, so. But I talked recently about how I'm going to modify the channel a little bit and do some new things and do some Z reviews. I think I'm going to do this game pretty soon. It won't be the first one that comes out, but pretty soon, 007 Quantum of Solace. If you haven't ever played it, it was a pretty fun game. I really enjoyed that. Also, I'll do Blur. I've talked about Blur a lot, so that one will definitely come at some point in the near future. Burnout for sure as well. Love Burnout. I got to get down on one knee just like last time, gang. I apologize. This is just my Halo section and then a Sting signed autograph because I don't have anywhere to put them right now. So it's just all the Halo stuff. All the Halo games. More 360 games. A lot of Dynasty Warriors stuff in there. You guys know I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan, so a lot of Dynasty Warriors stuff in there. And more Left 4 Dead's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Left 4 Dead. Halo Wars also. They did a pretty good job with Halo Wars. If you like strategy games, check out Halo Wars. Pretty fun. Then a Prey Metal Special Edition. That game was pretty fun when it came out. It had a lot of hype for a long, long time, and I kept delaying it and it came out finally. It was pretty good. I think most people enjoyed it. The Outfit, you guys know how I feel about The Outfit. I love that game, one of my favorite games. There's another Halo Wars Metal edition of it. I pretty much have all the different versions of that. And then a Gears of War Xbox One down there, and then the nameplate there for the outfits for the original 360. That was a cool feature. I just wish it took off a little bit more than they were hoping, I guess, because they stopped doing it. So I wish it was on all of them. That was a pretty cool feature. Xbox One games start here. I've got a lot of duplicates for whatever reason, but they're there. A lot of Call of Duty games, but a lot of these games I got from GameStop when they would have the sales, right? They'd have their like buy 3 get 3 free or whatever it is. Pretty good way to build your collection up whenever that happens for them. Snidely is one of my favorite old school characters. This was actually from 1972. He's on the card still. It's not the greatest card, but it's on the card anyway. Obviously, I'm running out of room for the Xbox One games as well. I'm going to have to get some more shelves or something. I'm kind of waiting, though. I'm trying to purposely wait because I don't know what I'm going to do when I get to the basement. I might modify and change the way I have it set up, right? Super Shredder Pop, I've talked about it. I'm not a huge pop guy, but I do like the really big pops. I think they're good for just displaying my very small, modest Series X collection. These are both, the Dying Light and the Halo Infinite are both metal tin collector's edition ones. I like the metal tin stuff. I'm trying to get more of those as I carry along. This is a mishmash shelf. Some PS2 games in there, some PS1 games, Genesis, Stadia controller. Stadia no longer exists. That controller has never been opened. It's sealed. Kept it just in case for whatever reason it becomes worth money down the road. I doubt it will be, but kept it anyway just in case. And then the same thing with the Fire TV. That still exists, the game controller for Fire TV, but that's never been opened. It's there anyway. These Genesis games, for whatever reason, when I was younger, I got rid of my Genesis for money, clearly. I'm upset that I did it, but I did. But I kept these 3 games for whatever reason, the Scooby-Doo and then these 2 Turtles games. I'm happy I kept the 2 Turtles games. I got those at a garage sale. Sorry guys, put my finger across the camera there. I got those at a garage sale. I think I was 1st grade, 2nd grade, I don't know. It was somewhere around in there. And I paid $1 for both of them. Now both of those they're worth like $300-400 each. So big time investment there. Just had to hold on to it for 20 years. Well, a little bit longer than that, I guess. 30 years? Yeah, 30 years. A little longer than 30 years, probably. Anyway, show my age there. Let's get back up to the top here. Original NES. That's the first system I ever had. So that tells you my age as well. I've got a decent amount for this. They're not all here. Very similar to my Nintendo 64 collection. They're not all here. A lot of them are still in storage, unfortunately. But this is a 1960, I think. I forget. Tractor that I came across in my searching. 1977. It's pretty cool. I got it for my farming channel. As you guys know, I do a farming channel as well, and eventually when the basement's done and we get the basement done, I'll have some kind of little area set up for farming stuff, but for now it's just there. Like I said, just knickknacks covering everything up, unfortunately. You have to bear with me on that. More NES games. Here we go. Here's some more, and this is my original Nintendo NES. It works sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the day, I guess. But I have a Hyperkin here, which works perfectly fine, so whenever I want to play an NES game, I just hook that up at this point. You guys know I'm a big Turtles fan, and I like wrestling, so especially old wrestling, like 80s wrestling and early 90s wrestling, that's my thing. Macho Man's my favorite wrestler of all time, so this is a crossover that they did, Macho Man as Michelangelo. And then Sting is my second favorite. He just recently retired, actually, so never got to see him in person, which is pretty sad. I would have loved to do that, but never get to see either one of them in person, actually, which is really sad. But anyway, that's the crossover for both of them. I have the other 2 as well. I'll show you those in a second. They're up top. They did 4 of them originally, and then there was a Series 2 as well. But Series 1's really the only one I cared about, mostly because of Macho Man and Sting. GameCube collection. You need to start looking for Chaos Field, Eternal Darkness, Lost Kingdoms. Those are getting up there in price, gang. If you're looking for Nintendo games, that's the ones you need to be looking for right now. More GameCube games. I don't have a whole lot of GameCube games. Most of the GameCube games I have are ones that I want to play, with the exception of a few, so that I might have got at a garage sale, whatever it may be, right? These are 3DS games. I got those when they stopped making 3DS games, and they were all going on clearance and on sale. I think I got them at Walmart, which I don't go to Walmart very often, but I had to be in there for some reason, and I saw that, so I picked them all up. They're all sealed, with the exception of the Mario Party DS. 2 GameCubes. For whatever reason, I got 2 GameCubes. I don't know how I did that. And then this is just computer games here. A bunch of Sims games. My wife's a big Sims fan. I loved Roller Coaster Tycoon growing up, so that's why there's so many Roller Coaster Tycoons down here. And then Age of Empires and strategy games like that. I always loved playing when I was growing up. Subspace. You never played Subspace before. That was pretty cool. I think it still actually has a pretty big following. I think it's still out there, so you can still do it. Oh, actually, let me back up a way. There's the other Turtles I was talking about, Undertaker and John Cena. And then Starscream's my favorite Transformer, so there's just a couple Transformers with Starscream, and then the Turtles in Disguise, NECA that came out. Pretty cool. More Turtle stuff up there. I guess I'll start up there. I should have started up top, I guess, in the last ones, but more Turtle stuff there. Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo, these are both sealed. I don't know why, it always seems like everybody who has sealed games for the 64, they're always wrestling games, but you know, there it is. I got one of those. And then this Power Rangers I had since I was little, but I don't know why I never opened it. I didn't, but it's sealed now, and it's worth a decent amount of money, so glad I didn't. And then 64 games. Now, these are not all my 64 games. Again, a lot of it's in storage, but this is a good chunk of them, at least ones that I typically play, or ones that I just recently picked up, you know, searching. I do a lot of garage sailing, flea markets, things like that. I enjoy that. It's a hobby of mine that I enjoy doing. Another knick-knack shelf. There's nothing really too crazy to talk about there. Nintendo 64 there, and then we're getting down to the Wii U, which did not sell well, but I actually liked the Wii U. Let me move this out of the way. A bunch of amiibos, which I'm going to get rid of. I never use these amiibo things. I'll probably keep the ones that are still sealed, because maybe eventually they'll be worth something, but yeah. I'm going to get rid of them soon. More Wii U games. I do think the Wii U is kind of a hidden gem. It's going to be a gold mine soon, I think. When it gets a little bit older, because it just didn't sell well, so they're going to be kind of rare stuff, right? Virtual Boy, which my parents never got rid of for some reason. I'm happy they didn't, because Virtual Boys are worth a lot of money now. I don't have a whole lot of games for the Virtual Boy, excuse me. But I'd like to get some. Wii games mostly for the wife there. The only thing really that's for me is the Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. I kind of turned it into a simulator. Hook it up to a projector and put it on a wall, and it's pretty fun. Play it like a projector. Like a simulation, like a simulator, a golf simulator. Pretty fun. My small, modest Switch collection. Switch stuff, I like the Switch a lot, but mostly I just like Mario games. I've played every Mario game that's ever come out, and I probably always will until I die. Big Mario Party fan, too. We really like playing Mario Party with a lot of friends. It's fun. This Golf Story is a great game. If you've never played Golf Story, look into Golf Story. If you have a Switch, look into it. It's awesome. It's a RPG golf game. It's really cool. Now, this is a limited run. It does have a slit in it, as you can see there. It's unfortunate, but this is a collector's edition from limited run. Very few of them were made. Still happy I have it. I got that from a friend of mine who actually owns a game store and a flea market, so more pop stuff. These are just boxes from, 64 games. They're not all there, like I said, a lot's in storage. My two arcade 1-ups, we've talked about these before. I'm a big Turtles fan. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in Time is great too, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with the classic, man. The classic's great, so that's the reason I have that. This Pac-Man one I have, some of you may know, I have an actual physical Miss Pac-Man machine, real one. Never been modified, never been anything. And it has the expert chip in it, so I guess it's been modified, but you know what I mean. It's never been fixed up, it's never been painted, nothing like that. It's the original one. I bought this because I was hoping the arcade one, I should have did research before I bought it, I guess, but I just saw one and I went ahead and picked it up. That's when I was younger and too stupid to try to save money. Anyway, I picked it up hoping that it would have a switch to turn on the expert mode, but it doesn't, so I'll probably end up getting rid of that here very soon. I really don't play it, and it's just taking up space. And since I had that other one, right, there's really no reason to keep that one, so I'll probably get rid of it here soon. Then I've got that Batman animated series that has a LED right on the cape there. I've showed it before. If you haven't seen it, just check out the video from last year. You'll see it. And finally, we'll kind of go through a few more things that I've hanging up. Again, this is a very short video in comparison to what last year's was, I guess. So that's about the same. There's a lot of things in storage right now. There's a lot of things over top of each other. I just don't have a lot of room right now. I need to get everything organized a little bit better. But this is a print from the Phantom Theater, which is at my local theme park, which is Kings Island. You might know what it is if you like theme parks at all. You might know or heard of Kings Island before. It's up there. It's pretty big. This was very similar to like a Haunted Mansion type of ride. If you've been on Haunted Mansion at Disneyland or Disney World, you kind of know what I'm talking about. That's how it was built. It's pretty cool. I'm upset that it's gone, but it was a really, really cool ride. One of my favorite rides of all time. And so I have a print of it. So at least I have something from it. It's just sad. It's sad that it's gone, man. Again, I talked about Turtles. I'm a big Turtles fan, but mostly I'm a Universal Monsters crossover Turtles fan. So they did a crossover of the Turtles back in like the 80s, early 90s. I'll show you one really quick here. So this is the Leo as the Wolfman, right? But they did these Universal Studios Monsters crossovers. This was, where is it? 1989 is when this came out. But there they are, there's the four of them. And there's a lot of different modifications. So it's mostly just the weapon colors are modified. There's a lot of different variants of that, I guess. So that's pretty much the only thing I really collect. I have a bunch of knickknacks, as you saw, so you might be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, most of that knickknack stuff I have, I'm going to take it. I have an antique shop where I sell stuff. And In the last house, I had a little bit more storage. We don't have that up here. I can put it in the basement. I just don't want to right now because I want to sell it, right? But I got to get more stuff sold before I can take it in there. So that's why you're seeing a lot of this knick-knack stuff everywhere. This is a marquee that you would go on top of an original arcade for Donkey Kong. I have an idea for these marquees. I really, really like the artwork on all these marquees. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not, but it'll be a couple years before it does, because I'm going to do it in the basement whenever the basement's done and it turns into a full game room. I'm going to do something with that. So I'm not going to say anything else about that. I don't want to spoil it or have somebody else take my idea before I get it, before I come out with it, but I've got an idea for that. I think it'll be pretty cool. Last Ronin, by the same exact artist that you just saw there, that did the drawing of the animated turtle, or not the animated turtles, the turtles as the Universal monsters. And then just some newer turtle stuff. I don't have much newer turtle stuff, but I like the Super Shredder series, so that's why they're there. And that's pretty much it, gang. I will show you one other thing really quick. You've seen this before, but I'll show it to you again. This is where I do all my editing for any of the videos I do. Where's my Columbus Blue Jackets New Amsterdam Vodka LED. You guys know I played hockey my whole life. I'm a big hockey fan, so that's that. And then there's my tiny little modest TV and the stand and a bunch of other Turtles collectible stuff. Scooby-Doo collectible stuff that I've showed you before. But yeah, that's pretty much it, gang. So, and then I'm obviously watching myself play Farming Simulator. I just turned on YouTube and it must have flipped over to one of my own videos, so that's cool. But anyway, that's it for today, gang. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. Helps me out a ton. Check my farming channel out if you haven't done so already. I'm also working on getting a travel channel set up. Well, it's already set up, but working on getting some videos done for that. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's just whenever I go on a work trip or a vacation, or we happen to go to a brewery or something, I'm probably going to do a vlog, a little tour of the actual wherever it is I'm at. Just see how it goes, and just more for prosperity's sake for myself. So, but yeah, that's it, gang. So, again, hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one.